Everywhere I look, there's a dead end waiting. Temperatures dropping at the rotten oasis, stealing kisses from the leprous faces.
Hi, welcome to the show. This is your Hockey Fans Mail for, I don't even know what the date is today. January 9th, 2009. Don't have a ton of time to always get the show done, but hey, it's going to happen once in a while. And I'm sorry to that one person out there who didn't get to see a show yesterday. Get a life, and you're kind of a loser. Okay, I just want to talk again about this Ruutu crap. And if you didn't see the bite, my show from Wednesday's got the bite. He's done how many different stupid little things out on the ice and been disrespectful to how many people and said a lot of things he shouldn't have said. Okay, he's just an idiot. The other guy I'm going to talk about too is Holwig. 9 times, I guess, he's hit guys from behind and got, whether it was suspensions or some kind of penalty. Like, that's insane. Chris Simon is now out of the league because of incidents involving these two guys. One of which was the Holwig incident. After he ran Simon from behind, Simon hit him in the head with his stick, okay? Holwig has now gone on to run 3 or 4 more guys from behind. Bob McCown's on there talking about how the NHL needs to make, if they're not going to just ban fighting, then make the penalty so bad. Because like Bob Nicholson said at Hockey Canada, you can't really abolish it. Because even if you're suspended for 5 games, someone's still going to go do it. You know, guys do stupid stuff. You go to jail for life, people still murder. So people are still going to fight no matter what rules they put in. But it's funny because the league that Don Sanderson plays in, you get thrown out of the game for fighting no matter when you fight. Fighting used to be there to protect people, but with 15 years of an instigator rule, things are going to get skewed. With 15 years of an instigator rule, the reason guys even fight now is so screwed up because of this stupid rule that media types like this talk like this because they don't get it. If this is 15 years ago and nobody's ever getting hurt fighting and nobody's high-sticking people in the face and guys aren't running around with visors on and bullion fighting with a visor on and crap like this, because as helmets went on, sticks went up, ask anybody who's 60 and over, and as visors go on, sticks go up even more, okay? They don't have these conversations 15 years ago. Now they're having them because the whole culture of hockey has been dismantled by the Gary Bettman regime. So Johnny Tavares got traded, and you know what? Again, Dave Hodge, dum-dum, to say that, oh, they shouldn't do it, it's Oshawa, oh, and they love him. And you know what, though? They're going to love the 6 second-round picks they got, too, and the 3 players. So Oshawa's pretty set for a little while here because of trading a guy that they were going to have for another month, or 2 months. Get right to the email from our correspondent, Goaler Monkey. First off, if Crosby doesn't shut his yap, he's going to have a short career in the NHL. And mark my words, Therrien is not the right coach to be coaching the Penguins. He is constantly calling out his players to the media, and he isn't the right babysitter for this team. If Pat Quinn is not coaching the Penguins by the trade deadline, I will eat a puck. Way to go, Canadian Juniors. How sweet it is. As a goalie myself, the Swedish goalie, Markstrom, was a disgrace. His nickname, when he finally cracks the Florida Panthers roster, should be Fish. He is in the perfect location, right by the ocean. I've never seen a more disgraceful display of sportsmanship in my life. Fresh fish is what the crowd should have been chanting in Ottawa. 5 in a row, way to go, Canada. Well, you know, Crosby certainly does get the yipping and the yapping going. There's no doubt about that. Hey, this is your Leafs Minute. And last night was a big game. Kind of pathetic in a lot of ways. I was really ticked off that the refs just didn't let Grabowski, Kostitsin go. They have a rivalry. Everybody knows about it. A lot of people saying it goes back to when they were kids and everything else. The Kostitsin brothers just can't stand him. He hates them. It's this stupid soap opera. And, I mean, let him go. I mean, they both took the buckets off. And now Grabowski's out for 3 games for going like this to the ref's arm. So why didn't he just get the heck out of the way, let them deal with it, so that we don't have to watch these idiots running around who have, you know, they look like idiots. Between Grabowski and the 2 brothers, I don't know who's the bigger idiot. Kaberle now is basically saying, using the media to say, hey guys, I'm willing to go whenever you need me to. So it's nice to see. I'm happy that one of the frozen friggin' 5 finally clued in. In all likelihood, he doesn't fit into the Brian Burke Staal. You gotta hit somebody sometimes. You can't always just wave your stick at people. Brad May doing his job right away, and you know, people will say, oh, he was just fighting to stir up the game because the Leafs were losing. He's doing it because Bullion was going after Hagman. That's what he's there for. Take that, so it was nice to see. Remember I was saying the other day with Jansen, at least Brad May backs people up. Schenn looked really good. I mean, geez, it didn't take him long. 2 games later, all of a sudden he looks even better than he did maybe before he left. He was a little slow still, he missed a coverage or whatever, but Schenn is pretty intense. And I was really watching him closely in scuffles and stuff like that. Schenn was watching him on every scrum and skating towards him on every scrum. And every scrum, Sergei Kostitsyn got away. At some point, he's going to get his. The Pittsburgh Penguins signed Jordan Staal to a 4-year, $16 million contract. Of course, people are trying to drum up rumors that maybe he'll get traded. I will say this, Pittsburgh is going to have to move somebody. They just have too many guys. Something like 9 guys are taking up 35 million or some, or 4, like it's too much. You can't have that many guys. Someone's going to go. With somebody like Gonchar, who's going to be coming up to unrestricted free agency quite soon, it might make sense for a team like Pittsburgh to trade a guy like Staal, maybe for a guy like Kaberle. Pretty good trade, right? They both make the same money. Speaking of Pittsburgh, Fedotenko, he's now got a broken hand for fighting another guy. He fought DeVoe last week or whatever. Add a new dimension to his game now. He's fighting. Like, what? Where did this come from? All of a sudden, everyone in Pittsburgh's fighting now. Everybody, Crosby fights, Fedotenko fights, Malkin needs to get in there. Pascal Dupuis, dropping the gloves. Come on, baby. Just want to talk about Ottawa. People should be treated properly, that there's an ethical standard. Melnick via Murray. I think Murray convinced Melnick. I think between the two of them, they have sort of turned their back on that. And I think that is what has killed the Senators. Brian Murray, as a coach, he coached 17 seasons in the league. He's missed the playoffs 3 times in 17 years. He's a good drafter. Murray's a good drafter. He understands talent, and I think that's a big reason why he's a good coach. But firing John Muckler set this team back. It's an ethical thing, and whether you believe in karma or not, it has come back to bite them in the butt. Muckler is the GM, and you get to the finals, and you can him. And say what you want about Ray Emery, distraction, He wasn't distracting anybody when they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, was he? And last time I checked, Grant Fuhr, who's won 4 cups, was a coke sniffer. Eddie Belfour, who's 3rd all-time, was a coke sniffer. You know, like, there's lots of guys that do lots of things. The reason Ray Emery got a chip on his shoulder and was a little ticked off, goes to the finals with a team, and then they tell him, sorry, you're injured, so Gerber's the #1 now, because he played well. Even though he made the finals, Gerber's never made anything except the first round, but, you know, we're going to go ahead and go with Gerber, because he's got no experience and absolutely no track record. And even though he made it to the first round, and then the second round, and then the finals, Gerber's the guy because he's played well and you were injured. They screwed these people. Muckler got screwed. Emery got screwed. And the pathetic thing is, with Muckler at the helm, made to the quarters, they lost to the Leafs in 03-04. Conference semifinal, lost to Buffalo in 05-06. Then they made it to the finals, all under Muckler in 07-08. That's with Brian Murray behind the bench. Brian Murray, for some unknown reason, thinks that he's the man, and convinces Melnick to fire John Muckler when they're 7-9-2. The year's hardly even started. They're 2 games below 500. He's a good coach, clearly. Clearly, they're competitive. They're in the playoffs every year. They made the finals, conference finals, first, second round, year after year after year. Ottawa's made the playoffs for 11 straight seasons. Brian Murray was better off staying behind the bench because Hartsburg doesn't know what the hell he's doing. The managing is piss poor. They got way too many guys with way too much money. So that's our show for today. Have a good weekend. And, yeah. Good weekend. And, yeah. Have a good weekend. And, yeah.